had to come live with this one. It's your boy Big Truck. You know what we do. You know what time it is. So, a lot of things to unravel. A lot of things I want to unravel. A lot of things I want to talk about. Yeah. So, without further ado, grab your shoulder pads and your helmet, and let's get this work. Hustle and motivate. Got a couple of clips, conversation and reviews, adult conversation. Before, fuck it, let's go.
How young is he?
Super young.
22.
Yeah. He's living on the edge. He don't know shit. You see him?
Right.
He's a jolly idiot. They say ignorance is bliss. That motherfucker's a retard.
And when God gets ready to make you a great woman, you'll know he's gonna make you great by how you suffer.
I don't do homewrecking. I'm not a side piece. I don't stand for any of those things. I support women, so I would never do that to another woman because I would never want it done to me. So I ignored him until he was single.
So it's official. Travis Hunter's marriage is officially over and he's losing it because the divorce isn't the shocking part. Before he could even get over the initial surprise of losing the woman he thought he would spend the rest of his life with, he got hit with another curveball, her engagement photos on Instagram, along with hundreds of comments congratulating her. And no, it wasn't some flashback to their own engagement. It was her engagement to his Jaguars teammate, and that was the part that broke him completely. So now everyone's wondering who was lying all along. Was Lianna playing a game with rules Travis didn't know of? And most importantly, can he come back from this huge blow? So if you've been following the news about Travis...
Let me just say this. Playing professional football in the AFL, XFL, and Team USA. Been in NFL camps. You do not go against the brotherhood. You do not disrespect and go mess with another man's wife. You fucking out of order for that. There's no coming back for that. That's like the ultimate disrespect when you do that. Regardless, Travis Hunter is a cup, is a simple, whatever the case may be, you just don't cross those lines. The lines have been crossed long time ago when she got with him because she first said that he wasn't her type. If you say that a motherfucker is not your type, you're not going to continue to sit up there and date that individual unless you're planning on getting something out of that individual. And if you are planning to get something out of that individual, well,
after the play was over, unsportsmanlike conduct.
Travis and Lianna, then you've heard the rumors about them allegedly getting a divorce.
You ain't never had no girl. So why y'all talking about me? Find something else to talk about.
Let me just stop right here. Look at his facial micros. This is what I tell everyone. Look at facial micros and look at body language. They're going to tell the story. They're going to speak 1,000 words. Okay? He knows what everyone is saying is the truth. He's irritated because individuals is always in his ear about this, about her. And he know it's true. He just doesn't want to hear it. How many of us been there? Do I feel sorry for Travis Hunter? No, the hell I don't. Sometimes you need to go through some things. Sometimes you need to fall on your head. And sometimes more than once.
Talk about my girl. Go talk about your girl. Go find a girl. Go find a life. Stop worrying about what I got going on. I know what I got. I know my girl. My girl been with me for 5 years. Y'all are just not starting to talk about me and just not starting to be with me. Like, Come on, man. Y'all go.
But what has really got the internet buzzing right now is this leaked photo of Lianna and Travis's teammate that has been making the rounds on Reddit forums and online chat rooms. The night the post dropped, it hit just before 7 p.m. Perfect prime time for max engagement. The first photo was her in a fitted white silk dress, smiling like she's never smiled before. The second, his teammate down on one knee. The third, a shot of them kissing, framed perfectly, so the diamond ring catches the light. No caption explaining it, just forever. Shocking, because Lianna is famously married to Travis Hunter, and the man in the photos definitely wasn't Travis. In the comments, some friends were saying congratulations, wishing her the best, and dropping some shady comments alluding to her leaving a toxic situation. Others were saying things like, "We've been new," and "Y'all just finding out," and that's when it hit. The man in the photo couldn't have been Travis because this photo was the evidence that she had moved on from him. She was getting engaged to another man. But that's not even the worst part. The truly horrifying side to this story is that according to insiders, Travis found out about the engagement exactly the same way the rest of us found out, on the internet. And when he did, he absolutely lost it. The next morning, he walked into the Jaguars facility late. No smile, no dapping anyone up. Went straight past the media and into the locker room, straight to that teammate's stall. People in the building say it wasn't a conversation, it was shouting. Not about how could you, but about how long, which tells you Travis wasn't shocked that something happened, just by how deep it went. No punches, no shoving, but loud enough for people outside the room to stop what they were doing. Within the hour, Travis was gone.
Damn!
What words can you say? When we look at his part, there's two parts to this. When you look at his part, it's like you've lived a sheltered life. Is this your first relationship? Nookie whipped? We can sit up here and say he's a fool, stubborn, hard-headed, don't want to listen every day, all day. Okay, we got him off the way. And for those chiming in, please put a number 1 in the chat. I'm live on Twitch, Rumble, and YouTube live on all 3 platforms, live streaming. Look at her. For her to stoop so low as to get with a teammate. I mean, there's no coming back. You're evil. You're wicked. But now, here's another question. Is this true? Can we say allegedly? Because that proof hasn't surfaced? Or has the proof surfaced and we have to connect the dots? You know, play process of elimination to figure out who. So there's a lot of things going on there, you know, but certain moves that she's been making, yeah, that's fucked up. And it's going to come back on her. With Travis, hard head make a soft ass. With her, the shit gonna backfire on her. And hit her real, real hard.
Didn't stay for team meetings, didn't dress for practice. And by that evening, his Instagram had changed. Unfollowed half the roster, including the teammate's fiance, and even the head coach. Then came the live. Travis went on Instagram at midnight, no lights, hoodie up, sitting in silence for almost a full minute before he spoke. And when he did, it was quiet. Y'all think you know people. That's all it took. Comments exploded, snake emojis. The teammate's name spammed over and over, people begging him to spill more. But Travis just sat there, blinked a couple times, ended the live without saying anything else. In the clips that made it to the internet, you can see how heartbroken Travis is. He's in tears, looking very distraught, like he's on the verge of having a breakdown. This is not just a heartbreak, it's earth-shattering pain, the type that can only be survived once in a lifetime. And just when you think it can't get worse, it does. Here's the part no one saw coming. Travis and Lianna are supposedly expecting a baby.
Now, we really don't know if that's for sure or not. But the meat and potatoes of all of this is how she plotted this whole thing from beginning. How this whole thing was planned. Would it possibly be safe to say the family was in on it too? Because if you understand her background, individuals from that specific background, that's what they're known for. You know, the come up, trapping individuals, the fake marriages for money. Could it be? Maybe not. We call those fixed marriages. Or she's just ghetto and hood, and she's used to the Pookie and Ray Rays. Because you can look at her and tell it's clear she's not wife material. I mean, you know, you can smack if you mac right. But to wife her, hell no. You can look at her face and you can tell she's deceitful, she's conniving, deceptive. All these characteristics you can tell when you look into her. That's why you got to look into things instead of looking at things. Let's continue.
Never made any official announcements, but the internet has been buzzing with rumors about Lianna being at least a few months pregnant. A blind item recently revealed that Travis and Lianna are keeping the pregnancy under wraps because of how messy their relationship is right now. This A-list athlete's wife is pregnant, but they can't celebrate the good news because his lawyer is demanding a paternity test before they go ahead with the divorce. What's more interesting is that Travis and Lianna recently posted a video of them going to add a new member to their family with the caption, "Come with us to adopt a kitty." For context, here's a short clip from the video they posted.
Come with us to adopt a cat.
I'm not going with you to adopt shit. Go with you to file these divorce papers. But even in the state of Tennessee, DNA testing is mandatory now. So even at birth, if so, we're gonna know. He's gonna know if he's the pappy or not.
Seems harmless, right? Just two lovers going to do something they've both been looking forward to doing. However, scrolling down just a little would show you the other comments. The ones questioning the motive behind posting this video at this particular moment. The ones asking, is this a genuine post or a calculated PR move to...
A PR move. That's one possibility. See, we rule out nothing, but we put all possibilities on the table. And let me highlight this. When you have individuals that be plotting to do scandalous shit, you got to pay attention to the signs. You got to be able to read the room. Some may say, well, you know, if she's not attracted to him like that, why not just say so? You can't tell a person that. Especially when that individual is fixated on running game on someone. Nah, their whole intentions is to run game on that individual. Get so knee deep in, then pull out and collect a bag. You got some evil, wicked individuals out there. A large number of men and women are fucking evil, deceitful. They fuck it up for the good men and good women out there that do want something, that do appreciate marriage, that understands their roles and responsibilities. But nah, you got motherfuckers like her. And then you got motherfuckers like him, simping, cupping. Do I feel sorry for him? No, the fuck I don't. It is what it is. You can't sit up here and tell me you didn't recognize these red flags. My nigga, you knew. You knew, you didn't want to listen. But let this be a lesson to you. What you need to work on right now is your spiritual life. What you need to work on right now is concentrating on that game. Concentrating on this season. Everything else is going to come. Got to go through your growing pains. Let's continue. But yeah, get your spiritual life in order. That's the first thing you should do. Let all this thing dry out, which it will. Take your L. Have you a good attorney. Allegedly, if all these things that are being said are true, put your pieces in order. The game is chess, not checkers. Hustle and motivate.
To get the blogs off their backs. Fans were in the comments section saying things like, she was just crying she didn't want to be in the relationship anymore. Now they buying a cat. Who's getting the cat in the divorce? You could tell that this last comment triggered Travis because he responded saying, believing that rumor is crazy LOL. The fact that Travis always defended Lianna was what made her betrayal hurt the most. Getting engaged to his teammate before the ink from their divorce papers even dried, it sent Travis into a spiral. But wait, there's more. Just when you think it can't get worse, more videos resurfaced that proved one thing. Red flags were there. That clip from last season, post-game celebration against the Titans, where Travis's wife hugged that teammate first, before even making eye contact with Travis. At the time, people joked she was just team mom energy. Now, not so funny. Or the charity gala where she arrived separately, walked straight to his table, and stayed there until the cameras left. Teammates noticed. One source, a former player turned analyst, says the whispers started months ago. He claims that after practice, this teammate would hang back, saying he was waiting on a ride. That ride almost always her.
Yeah, waiting for her to pick him up. Does this exist? Hell yeah, shit like this exists. It really does. This is the type of stuff that make an individual crash out in a real way. But let this be a lesson. There's a way you gotta move. When you know that a person is plotting and scheming, you gotta, it's almost like you gotta keep certain people around you to have your best interests, but at the same time, those that are around you that have your best interests, you even gotta watch how they move. Because sometimes they can look at you sideways, they can have interior motive. This woman clearly has interior motives. Okay? And the fact that everybody else saw this, but he didn't see it. That alone was irritating to him. Because what everybody was saying, he knew, but there was something always pulling him back. So far back as to even defending her. Was the booty that good? It must have been something, bruh. Was that head clinic good? We got to talk about it. We got to be adult about it. No way. Everybody else see this, but you don't see it. Now look at what has happened. Everything everybody has been saying about this woman, now the shit has came to pass and the chickens came to roost and they're slapping you in the fucking face. For real, my dude. And you're like the laughing stock right now. Let's continue to feast.
But here's where it starts feeling deliberate. Just 2 weeks before this engagement went public, that teammate signed a multi-year extension, guaranteed money, and suddenly her social media flipped. Fewer posts with Travis, more cryptic captions about new chapters, and finally choosing happiness. Now everyone's asking the same thing. Did she wait for him to secure the bag before making it official? Now, as y'all know, the rumors about Lianna sneaking around behind Travis's back have been around for a while. Just last year, a different blind item came out regarding Lianna having an affair. It said, everyone knows that the significant other of this A-list athlete calls him a cuck when he is not around. For a long time, she kept trying to hook up with the much older Beyond the Present rapper. Now this blind item was never confirmed, but it didn't surprise fans. If anything, it seemed to confirm that Lianna and Travis
Need I say more? Let's go.
Travis's marriage was doomed long before it began. Before long, fans had dug up photos and videos of Lianna in some very compromising situations. The crazy part? All of this happened while they were already dating. It was bad enough that Travis had to come online and witness all this. But to make matters worse, Travis became the butt of every simp joke. He became the punchline, the guy whose name gets mentioned when men are being advised on how not to get scammed by a woman. You know it's getting real when Bo Wow jumps out of his quiet life to drop marriage advice. He told Travis that he needs to wake up and see how Lianna is just using him for his money and status. He didn't just want Travis to leave Lianna, he wanted him to protect himself. I mean, you can tell how serious he was just by watching this clip.
What's going on, gang? If we didn't get, we'll let you crash out, but from one player to the next, I ain't gonna tell you what to do, but I want you to open up your eyes, man. There's no reason why she commenting on another page, NBA with heart eyes and the money tongue out. That's your fiance.
I respect my man Bow Wow and every other individual that came forth and letting their souls speak on this topic, on this. Even myself, you know, and what everybody else has been saying. Damn, what can you say?
I told y'all, everybody happened. Y'all wouldn't listen to me.
That's all you can say. I told you. But y'all wouldn't listen. Are you gonna listen now?
Wake up, young brother. Fiancés don't move like that. I ain't never had one of my fucking girls ever lay next to me in the same crib as me under another page, leaving heart eyes with the money tongue out.
And now
A real woman wouldn't move that way. See, a real woman, a real wholesome, respectful woman of good character and integrity wouldn't even do that. You see, all that honeymoon, y'all getting a 2-bedroom villa, wouldn't be none of that. Wedding day, you going in for a kiss, she curving you, wouldn't be none of that. She'll be in love with you. She'll be happy for you. She'll support you. She'll be right there cheering you on. Biggest fan. All this shit that we seeing, Travis, this clearly shows that she's not in love with you like that. Like you are in love with her. Like that.
Now that Lianna has betrayed Travis by hooking up with his teammate, all those videos are coming back to haunt him. And then came the final straw. Lianna dropped a video that seemed to confirm all the rumors. The failed marriage, the pending divorce, the affairs, everything. She shared this video on TikTok, and it featured her weeping inconsolably while a motivational audio played in the background.
And when God gets ready to make you a great woman, you'll know he's going to make you great by how you suffer. The greater the glory, the more intense the story. Because you can't get this all out of a book.
The post quickly got over 1 million views, and the comments were a mix of opinions. Some were concerned for Lianna's well-being, others were cheering her on. But then there were the people calling her out for sympathy farming. They called it for what it was, a clear attempt to soft-launch the divorce and make it appear that she was unhappy in her relationship with Travis. One person confronted her outrightly, saying, "Why you crying? You cheated." Another said, "She running her exit plan already." And there were many more comments like these, grilling her, asking the hard questions, demanding accountability. But the plot twist is that she hastily deleted those comments and only left the ones supporting her.
After the play was over, unsportsmanlike conduct.
Now, run till that. What more proof do you need? What more proof do you need? It goes to show you. It goes to show you. You don't think that's suspicious? You don't think that is suspicious? You don't think that is suspicious?
That's when it hit people that things aren't adding up. Something is fishy, and Lianna might be hiding something. Travis finally confirmed all these suspicions in that IG Live, and suddenly, it all made sense. All those times when Lianna would say Travis wasn't her type, the sly posts, the hastily deleted DMS, the hushed phone calls to strange men in the middle of night. But now fans are wondering, what's going to happen now that Lianna is supposedly pregnant? Is there a chance Travis gets his wife back? And maybe even most important, does she get to walk away from this with half of everything Travis has worked for? Now,
well, here's the thing. I looked up the laws that is in Tennessee. And because they've only been married a short time, she's not going to walk away what she think that she's going to get. Sources say that she's asking for $40 million. Don't quite know that. That hasn't been confirmed. And right now, you don't know what the truth is because nothing has been confirmed. You know, she's engaged to the teammate, but still married to Travis. So you looking at things, but the plot of it all, the scheme of it all, being evil and wicked, you're a dirty motherfucker. Lianna, dumbass. You're a dirty motherfucker. But see, it's going to backfire on you, and you're going to get everything you deserve, and you're going to look like a motherfucking duck. Watch what I tell you. So let's let this thing filter out, and we're going to go to the next clip. We're going to switch reels, switch lanes, and switch conversations.
Now, here's where the story stops being just gossip and starts affecting the game. Multiple insiders are saying Travis's agent has been on the phone with front offices, exploring trades before the season opener. If he leaves, it's not just losing a starter. It's losing the guy who anchors half their defensive scheme. And the other teammates? They've all pitched their tents with Travis. Even NFL players from other teams jumped in, some liking tweets that were blatantly anti-teammate, which in league culture, that's as close to a public call-out as it gets. But here's the most damning twist. A local beat reporter claims that Lianna's engagement post wasn't spontaneous. She allegedly waited until she knew Travis would be at a charity event, surrounded by media, so his reaction would be caught on camera, which means this wasn't just betrayal, it was humiliation on purpose.
So with that being said, that's some fucked up shit. How a person can go so low.
Now the real question isn't whether Travis
how
Candace is unhinged. Brigitte Macron.
How a person can go so low.
One for defamation. Well, that's.
So we're going to tap into this thing here. Sorry about that. And let's really talk about this. This is a serious, serious topic, and this has a lot to do with women getting BBLs and plastic surgeries and altering their bodies, which you should not do. Because when you do stuff like that, you're putting yourself at a high risk. You don't know quite what I'm talking about? Peep this out.
Little Black here, back with another video. Salute to everybody that's tuning in. I want to talk about this story that broke, I believe, yesterday. It went viral. There is an OnlyFans girl who passed away after complications from getting, I believe, a third BBL. This was confirmed by a friend of hers who does a similar thing that she does, and I believe her sister. They've both confirmed that she passed away, apparently due to complications from a surgery. Now, I did some research, and it looked like her last post, I believe, was on the 26th of July, but she reposted a lot of stuff on August 1st. And she didn't post anything after that because I believe she was more active on the X platform than she probably was on her Instagram. OnlyFans models, they treat their OnlyFans like their Instagram. So if they're not posting on their Instagram, they're probably posting more on either the Twitter, X platform, or their OnlyFans. So you go there, like hers, you go to her Instagram, she doesn't have a lot of posts up. This is a very sad story because this keeps happening. And the thing is that we are in the BBL era. This is the BBL era. I've talked about the BBL community. It's a real thing.
Not only that, but how is it that most can find it easy to go get plastic surgery rather than exercising and getting those same results naturally? I'm going to tell you something. You'll have some women out there that say, I'm getting the BBL or breast implants. I'm getting it for myself so I can feel better. No, fuck that. You competing and you're doing it for attention. That's it. You're doing it for attention. Versus getting your ass in the gym, exercising, and develop in those areas naturally. You want a big butt? Do some squats. Eat some red beans and rice and cornbread. But there's exercises that you can do to help that. But a large number of these women are so quick to go get a BBL, they even got a song about it. Like, what the hell? Anytime you alter your body, I'm going to tell you, anytime you alter your body, you're putting yourself at a high health risk. And we seeing this. What, you think men are going to want you because you have a BBL and your breast done? The majority of men, they like a woman that's natural. You will know those that just want to smash, especially if you put it out there. Let's be real about it. But let's continue.
She was only 24 years old, family. Think about that. 24-year-old whole life ahead of her. But she's getting these surgeries. Your body can only withstand so much, especially for a young girl in her early 20s.
He highlighted that, and I'm going to highlight it again. The human body can only take so much when you alter it with surgery. Whether if you're getting a butt implant, your breast done, your lips done, your nose done, your cheeks done, your ears done, your kneecaps done, your elbows done, your shoulders done. The human body can only take so much when you alter it with surgery before shit start happening. This was her third procedure, and her body gave out at 24. Why get it done in the first place? That's what I don't get about a large number of you women. Why get shit like that done in the first place? Okay, you don't like the way you look. Get your ass in that gym. Get you a trainer, diet, exercise, and stay consistent. You don't have to resort in getting surgery. I can see if you was like a blimp and you want to, get a certain procedure done. Okay, but you still have to exercise. Even when you get that type of procedure done, you have to exercise 3 times more, 3 times harder than the average. Because if you don't, it's going to turn to flab. I guess they didn't tell you that part, huh?
But you also have to look at the fact that she's trying to compete in a market that is very, very oversaturated. The OnlyFans community, the BBL and the OnlyFans community, they're very oversaturated. It's a lot of girls trying to be not only on OnlyFans, they're getting BBLs, and they're all competing for the same men. Now, I looked up, I did some research on her. She did a lot of link ups with male content creators to do skits or whatnot, right? So
she did one recently. She was doing one with my man Teddy Too Stupid, and shout out to him. Shout out to my man Teddy Too Stupid, shout out to my man Jada Black. Very funny, talented individual. Women doing these OnlyFans, that shit's about to die out. That's on its way out the door. Anyway, pretty soon there ain't gonna be no OnlyFans. That's gonna be dead. You have a large number of men not even paying attention to that no more. It's like, why should I go on an OnlyFans when I can get the real thing? It doesn't make sense. The math is not mathing. But let's stick to this. Let's continue on because this is a serious topic. You have women losing their lives behind this. And it needs to continuously be addressed.
She was very active out there. And she's trying to compete with other girls who look just like her. That's the thing. This is no diss to her at all, but a lot of these OnlyFans, they all look the same. They all have the same body types now. And the sad thing is some of these girls, or most of them, don't even need the surgery, but they're trying to compete with other girls. And they go and they get these surgeries to get these BBLs because they're all competing in the same marketplace that is very, very oversaturated.
The same ones that talk about they don't need no man, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. This is them. Why you getting all that plastic work done? Well, I'm just doing it for myself. Women's empowerment. Bullshit. You're doing it so you can get a man. You're doing it for attention. You're doing it because you're competing with other women that have they shit naturally. You can go to Brazil. You can go to Colombia. You can go to Puerto Rico. Fuck it. You can go to Africa, South Africa. You can go to Kenya. You can go to St. Lucia. Do I need to continue? You can go to Turks and Caicos. You can go to Jamaica. You can go to a lot of these places where they shit is natural. Do they have some in those places that do got BBLs? Yes, but you can tell. But majority of the, fuck it, we can go to, let's go to China. Let's go to the Philippines. Let's go to Asia. Because they thick. But all those places you will find a large number of those women are natural. No surgery. Versus the few that may have gotten that procedure done. Even then, you will know who those individuals are.
The BBL community is very oversaturated. Not only do you have women who are OnlyFans girls, you got women who not even on OnlyFans getting BBLs. You got regular everyday girls getting BBLs. For what? Exactly. What, just to get attention? What happens when you're unsatisfied with that BBL? You go and you get a redo, which costs money. And then you have to heal from that surgery. There's only so much the body can take. I did a video on my other channel where I talked about a woman who was a single mother who went to get another BBL surgery. She was told, I believe in the States, that she should not get this surgery. You know what she did? She went overseas to get the surgery. She lost her life.
Didn't want to listen. Motherfucker did not want to listen. Somebody try to tell you something. Don't want to listen. Hard-headed, stubborn. I do what I want. I do what I want. Okay. Now look what happened. Look at the result.
These women are not listening. And the people who pay the biggest price are their families. Again, her sister confirmed her passing. We don't know the details as far as where she went and those things. Those are going to come out eventually, I believe.
I know. She went to Turkey. She went to Turkey and got it done. That woman leaves behind 2 children. A boy and a girl. Don't play. I know the story. This is what happens when keeping it real goes wrong. This is what happens when being stubborn and hard-headed goes wrong and you don't want to listen. You have a medical doctor telling you, do not get this procedure done. If you do, that'll be your last procedure. But no, you were so fixated on getting this done. You needed to get this done. You couldn't live without getting this procedure done. You owe it to yourself to get this procedure done. Nobody can eat, sleep, breathe without getting this procedure done. You needed this so bad that it cost you your life.
But it's becoming normal to see women lose their life by going under the knife. It's becoming normal, and it should not be. 24 years old, life gone. And we have been trying to warn these women, BBL surgeries are not the thing to do. If you get one, then be done. Because if you keep going back to get work done, it could be detrimental to you. The human body is not meant to have those surgeries. They're not. So let's get into this article from the Daily Star. It says, mystery surrounds the death of adult star Lianna Bina, who was part of a new wave of workers ripping down the stigma surrounding the profession. The reports of Lianna Bina's, whose stage name is Miss John Doe, death have triggered a massive outpouring of tributes from fans, fellow performers, and friends in the adult industry. And I want people to understand, like, this is the BBL era, and you're gonna see more and more girls. As soon as they turn 18, they're going to be going this similar path. This.
And let me share this with you. Let me highlight this. You even got men getting sausage implants. Paraphrasing. Oh, yes, that's real. To make it longer. You have a large number of men getting sausage implants. You have a large number of men getting chest and ab implants. Oh, yeah. Altering the human body is real. Like I said, it's not just women doing it. You have some men that are doing it too. For attention. I mean, it didn't used to be this way, so heavy this way. But coming into this generation of faking it until you make it, you know, the whole plastic pinup Barbie doll or Ken doll era. This is what's going on. Individuals are selling their soul to the things of this world. But when it's time to collect, you notice the devil will collect.
This is the path they're going, unfortunately. The adult performer's sister claims Lianna passed away recently due to complications from a blood clot, which reportedly affected both her heart and neck. Official medical records of Lianna's passing have not yet been released. And again, I want y'all to understand that you have to be conscientious and really take consultations and really look at your situation medically and be more careful of, again, having these surgeries. Now, people are going to say, was it the jab? Because, you know, they've associated the jab with blood clots. But I don't think this is the case. I really don't. Could be. Who knows? But from what my understanding, and reportedly, it is from surgical procedure being done. Lianna's online persona was part of a new wave of adult performers who embrace both their physicality and vulnerability and use their platforms to challenge stigma around the industry. A friend of Lianna wrote in a public Instagram story, Lianna was more than a performer. She was a light in so many lives. She made people feel seen, loved, and unashamed of who they are. Another tribute to the woman on social media said, she gave so much of herself to the world, more than she had to. We only wish the world had given more back to her. Reports of Lianna's passing have reignited discussions in the adult entertainment world, calling for more wellness on health issues that can affect performers in the industry facing those in high-stress environments. While Lianna's reported passing have been announced by her family, further medical details have not yet been available.
let's shift from that. What needs to be highlighted is the risk that a woman is taking when she goes to get these types of procedures done. They should be educated on that. I believe two things. One, I believe not enough women are educated on that. Number two, a lot of women are educated, but hard-headed and stubborn. And react only when shit go wrong. So two things I believe. If there's no need to do it, don't do it. But if it's something that you want to do, you choose to do, you should be educated on how much to put back there and the health risks that it's going to cause, the pros and the cons. If an individual is not educated upon those things, okay. Again, an individual can be educated on those things, but still chooses not to listen and follow commands.
This was not mental health. This was surgical. And also I want to add,
person made a fucking choice.
That when you look at what's going on in our society with a lot of girls, because she was a 24-year-old young lady. As I said, like a lot of life left ahead of her, but in a competitive field.
Again, you can't feel sorry for a choice that someone else made. You see? You really can't have sympathy for a choice. You made the choice. You had 3 procedures done. The third one, lights out. What can you really say? Is it sad? Yes. But on the other hand, this is what that person chose to do. I guarantee you she was warned. I guarantee you a medical doctor warned her. But no, she was persistent on getting that procedure done by any means necessary. And this is where we have to evaluate men and women, especially our women. Is it really necessary to get a procedure like that done? Eat you some rice and peas. Eat you some goat, some jerk salmon, some patties. Work out at the gym. Do some damn squats, leg lifts. Do it natural to develop your body. Versus getting a fucking ass plant, breast implant, lip done, nose done, cheeks done, ears done, shoulders done, kneecaps done, elbows done, ankles done. Really? Really? Really?
After the play was over, unsportsmanlike conduct.
She wants to compete with others. And, you know, BBLs in the BBL community is just something that's popular. It's you know, people, you know, breast implants were very popular, like the 90s, early 2000s, right? And then you had the face procedures, the injections. And now you have the BBLs, because a lot of these girls have to compete with other women as far as OnlyFans is concerned. It's just
so when we look at that, and when we look at that, Like, what do you have left? Like, for real. Why do you feel the need to alter your body? There's a lot of insecurity going on there. A lot of trauma, a lot of things, a lot of childhood things. Because if you look at it and you trace it back, why does an individual do what they do? Okay, well, look at their childhood. That will explain why they do what they do as an adult. Because you have to get down to the root of it all. When you get down to the root, like where it all began, how did it start? And whatever those things that took place in your childhood, if you didn't get help, there was no counseling, them shits is gonna show up. And it shows up in the most two common places in your life: your social life and your love life. A lot of men and women need their fathers. Because when you have a good father at home, that father's going to establish order. But we already know they really don't want to have the black man in the household, because the black man being in the household, that's the leader. He's going to establish order. And we seeing this whole thing fall apart with improper decision-making, unprofessional decision-making. Having unprofessional decision-making puts you in a position that you are going to make life harder on yourself. Those doors of opportunities that you're supposed to be walking through, you ain't walking through them doors. Them doors gonna stay locked. In fact, somebody else is gonna walk through those doors of opportunity and take your blessings and take your opportunity. Due to poor decision making. When you gonna take responsibility? When you gonna look at yourself? When you gonna change the way you think? When you gonna change the way you move? That's like if a person wanted to get bigger, they would take steroids, but wonder why they fail a damn drug test. Wonder why they overdo it on a supplement, on a vitamin, because that's what we call them, vitamins. And wonder why they have side effects. Especially when they overdo it on the vitamins. And we know what happens next. You can unalive someone or unalive yourself. You want to get bigger, you want to develop, stay consistent in the gym and eat the right foods. There you go. Stay consistent. That's it. That is the term right there, consistency. Instead of getting a quick fix. Nah, when it comes to your health, when it comes to your fitness, when it comes to your mental health, be ready to put in some work. Because it's the thing of putting in work where you're going to benefit the most from it in the end. We see a large number of individuals taking the cheap route, taking the shortcut route. When it comes to your life, when it comes to your mental health, when it comes to your well-being, there is no damn shortcut. You got to take that shit head on. You got to pick up your shoulder pads and your helmet and put them shits on and get that work. Stop waiting for a motherfucker to give you a damn handout. Work for it. Place yourself in position to receive. Place yourself in position to learn. Either you're going to make life hard for yourself or you're going to make it easier for yourself. Motherfucker, pick one. Stop waiting for people to validate who the hell you are. You better know who you are and whose you are in the season of your life. You are a Hebrew, you are a Hebrew king. You better recognize that. Stop waiting for a person to come along to validate to you or feel like you have to prove to someone. Ain't got to prove a damn thing. Can't fit in with everybody. On the other hand, if you still walking around talking about why isn't things happening, maybe, just maybe, God is trying to get your attention and you're not listening. So he's causing some things to happen in your life. He's shaking up some things. He's preserving you, but at the same time, he's not letting you go too far. Because it's going to make sense at the end of it all why things aren't happening. When you go to the Most High in private and you communicate with him and you have that one-on-one, he will reveal to you why he has you sitting still. He has you sitting still for a reason that may be new for some of you. How come I'm not getting this job? Why is this happening? Why is that happening? Have you noticed certain things are happening around you, but you still surviving, you still getting by, you still breathing? He's trying to get your attention. The moment he has your undivided attention, that's when things are going to start happening. That's when those opportunities are going to start coming forth. You say, why is that? Because he's trying to give you a game plan. When you have a spiritual relationship with the Most High, he calls to play and you do what he tells you to do. Just like in football, coach give you a play in the huddle, you run that play. Only then, and only then, do you switch up the audible, is when you see the defense come out in a certain scheme. Then the Most High will allow you to call an audible. All right, let's change up the game plan. It's simple. I want to thank each and every individual for joining me in this night's broadcast. I had to go live with these two subjects and really talk about it because not only it's trending, but it's serious. It's serious. And the only way to come is to come natural. No weed, no seed, no stress, no chaser. Come at you real, straight, raw, uncut, as an adult should. And speak in the language one can identify. They will leave you with an understanding and overstanding. You are very, very powerful. You are very, very wonderful and beautiful and amazing. And a lot of people don't understand the gift and the power that they hold. that inner beauty, that inner wisdom that you hold within yourself. Too busy trying to be something that you're not. Why don't you try to be something that you already are? I'm gonna let this music take us home.